Today's episode is chapter 10, Attack out of the book of Eli. We're going to get right into it today. The reason I played that was my man Cam. And he's black, so this is that same ETC that was in that boy Richard Ramirez as Night Stalker. It's the same similar one trying to adjust itself to him. But he in the neighborhood, which is called the City of Eternal Light, which is called the City of Gods. And he was a god and he around young gods. So it's checked. His bottle, the genie is in the bottle and it can't get out of the genie. You know what I'm saying? And before I start, I just shouts out to my boy, K Blau, and Amin Rod, you know what I'm saying? Fuck it, he locked up right now, you know what I'm saying? But he in there getting it in. You know what I'm talking about. And he the one that put me on American Gods. And it's funny, if you watch American Gods, that's like real. But in the first, you watch season 1, they didn't go into how he quickly get out of jail and adjust to normal life, but not only normal life, these demons, these shadow walkers, these night walkers around. You know what I'm saying? He never really asked no question if you watch the movie. It's because they didn't show you in jail he was building. You know what I'm saying? He was building. He had already built himself for this moment. You know what I'm saying? And Amen may not know that I'm trying to get where he at, and he trying to get where I'm at. And if you know what I'm saying, you can comprehend. You know what I'm saying? A brother got out after a long period of time, did 20, maybe 30 years. And when he got out, only after 7 months, he said, I was depressed. He's depressed. Now, you got to understand, like, how does that happen? You mean depression, the weight, the world, that ruthless that you do 30 years and ain't been as depressed as you've been since you've been out in the world for 6 months. Yes, it's true. You know what I'm saying? So what he failed to realize is you got to mummify the body. You got to be what you was in there out here. That's called detached. You see what I'm saying? Now think about that. And Rob, I want you to know when you get out here, keep that same frame of mind you got in there. Stay detached, but still in the world. You see what I'm saying? Don't get your feelings, don't stay detached, but still in the world. You know what I'm saying? And that's what every brother in the joint got to know. Keep that same mentality and feeling out here. Because once you get out here, you forget, you become absorbed, and then this with these attachments start, or as we're gonna call them, fragmentation, dead energy. You know what I'm saying? That fragmentate the mind, body, and soul. So remember that. But now we're gonna get into attachments today, aka Richard Ramirez. That's a new shadow walker. We're gonna put him in the hood as lit. That nigga up there with a Nikki. That nigga that be trying to fuck with me. Yeah, he up there. You know what I'm saying? That we gonna call that one. You know how that goes. And if anybody seen the movie Night Walker, before we go into it, people be like, "Oh, what this look like? This shadow walker shit you talk this part of the body, part of language." But here they come that. They come to God to answer. They want to talk. Okay, slow down, y'all. Let me get it in. I only got a small pen. Slow down. Let me explain this verse. Okay. They say, "What you mean all that extraterrestrial, shadow walker, night walker?" We get it. It's a good fairy tale. It's a good Magachi movie on some Death Note. But hold on, I can show it to you for real. Here we go. Richard, remember that. That's what I'm talking about. Now, you ever wondered if you ever watched the movie? He was going around the town causing terror, and the terror was in the white neighborhoods. And the problem with that terror was you didn't know how to, stop, fight it, or get back. At least in the black neighborhood, you can kind of know, like, okay, if I move over here, move over there, or if I do this or I do that, I ain't got to be around it. You know what I'm saying? I know how to maneuver. When you got this type of terror in the hood, in the white neighborhood, and it's unpredictable, that's a different type of illusion. You know what I'm saying? That's like, man, hold up. You know what I'm saying? Hold up. How this go? And let me slow down. Let me drink my water. Let me get out of the picture what I'm saying. So, Richard Ramirez running around in a predominantly white neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Now he killing people. Same thing happening in the hood on the west side. These niggas killing people. Niggas killing people. It's the same type of terror. But it's a lot of dead energy attachment scattered. They can't create a body. because the brother still has something in him that just you can't go all the way. You know what I'm saying? So he have to give himself a reason to kill. So you stole my dough, pop pop. You know what I'm saying? You talking crazy, pop pop. Talking about dead out, pop pop. You know what I'm saying? But he's still doing the same shit Richard Ramirez doing. But he needs a reason. Now, if I'm in a black neighborhood, I know if I just move the hell away from them, I'm safe. But if you in a Caucasian neighborhood, this nigga is popping up everywhere for no reason, killing mothers, raping babies, doing all type of supreme child walker shit, aka Night Walker, Richard Ramirez. You know what I'm talking about? So that's a different type of looch. And as we get into it, looch is a evaporation of fear that goes into the air, and the powers that be traps it, sends it over there. I'm just giving it to you in baby style. And then the monster that's in that corner got his mouth open and it's going directly from Earth to that wormhole to this monster, like that. So, like I said, shouts out to my man, keep going. So here we go, attachments. Attachments can, as we read out of the book of Eli, attachments can be a, hold on, okay, got you. Attachments can be part of the following: elementals, dead energy, fragments, demonic earthbound souls, negative alien, collective thought form, and pissed off ancestors that ain't got they just due because they got hung and stuff like that. Etheric weapons, geopathic sensory, curry lines, and static energy fields, or just plain bad energy. Reversal life force deposits into the landmass in houses, places of worship, or any other place a person walks around on the ground. So what they're telling you is, due to that, I'm gonna use him as an example. He was killing people from north to east, left to right. So you got to think about all the ground he covered doing that, and how he was able, before I forget to tell y'all, able to get away. If you really watch the story, he had a force helping him. Don't tell me he didn't. You got the people telling them not to put sensitive information out to this nigga, so we won't know what not to do. And he go to this county, they kind of almost did it. They backed it up. You see how and then the demon tell him, go to this county. I got a mayor, a white woman over here who will succumb to the ignorance that I need, them to tell. So he go to that county. How did he know this? So then the mayor come out and tell everything that the police had in secret, let him know, change the shoes, change them AB, change them shoes from black to white. So he had somebody helping him to get away this long. And they still ain't got really the understanding of how many people this man have murdered. You know what I'm saying? So that's when you say curry lines and what do you mean, geological, all that. That's what that means. He was all over the place with it. You know what I'm saying? At least I know the west side is from here to there, or Inglewood is from here to there, so I'm gonna stay over here to there. You know what I'm saying? But this nigga, shoot, he was right across the street from the police and reporters that's looking for him. How's doing it? Come on, man, quit playing. All right, we're gonna keep going though. My bad. What we left off at? This is similar to understanding in our life force and aura are not circulating properly. We can have clogged pipes, you know what I'm saying, that make us feel unwell. If we have an entity attachment in our aura, it can make us feel sick, slime, not ourselves. Most humans are not aware if a mass trauma experience happens on landmass at any point in time, that energy sticks there until someone cleans it up. If no If no one cleans it up, it lingers and attracts more negative energy. Generally, this creates an unhappy space, and a sensitive or intuitive empath may feel this energy and want to run away. Now that's a problem. That's when then you become bipolar. You know what I'm saying? When you're around this type of energy and you're an empath or you're sensitive or called spiritually sensitive, and you're around this energy and you're trying to deal with it every day and you're not aware of it, but you're trying to deal with it every day, the mind fragmentates. And when the mind fragmentates, it has different aspects that these attachments create. That fragment mind, meaning a piece of your mind that attached to it and control that area. So when it controls that area, bipolar is the mind fragmented because you've been around people and all this messed up energy. It's like sitting in front of Richard Ramirez and you sensitive in your empath, so it's like doing that lightly all day. You see what I'm saying? That creates what they call imbalance, bipolar, schizophrenia. Seeing shit you can't explain. And if you want to understand how to fight that, watch American Gods. All right. Having clarity from within This mass confusion requires awareness of negative patterns. See how they work. See what always happens. See how this always go. And their attachments, how you feel after they leave. And then focus discipline of your negative ego mind to clear them. And you got to think about what they said. And then focus. And then the focus discipline of your negative ego mind to clear them. So use a focus discipline negative ego mind to clear them. Remember in the last chapter, I said you got to fight fire with fire. You know what I'm saying? You got to go to war with them. You know what I'm saying? From the ego, it ain't nothing wrong with the ego. Ain't nothing wrong with the negative ego, but you're going to need that to talk like this. You're going to need that to do that. You're going to need that to let them know it's time for me to go. Quit playing with me. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they mean. And then the focus. So if you watch American God, he told him to focus on snow. He's like, what? Focus. Just focus. Do something. Focus. And he focused on snow and it started snowing. And then he sitting there playing like Joe. Mary had a little lamb. He said, no, ain't no Mary had a little lamb. You believe in that, but you don't believe you made it snow? You see what I'm saying? So he focused the negative ego just to make it smoke. You know what I'm saying? And then we got to remember, I don't know what chapter it is. Dude pulled out Wednesday pulled out the negative energy attachment out of his side. Just like they stuck Jesus in his side. Somewhere in that organ in that area, they attach itself. So whatever that organ and area relates to, and you eating it and it damages that area, that's how they attach itself to you. And it looked like that little technical worm thing. It looked like technicals, a little ball with, the mate, the thing that came out of Neo. Those are how that, you know what I'm saying? So, fragmentation causes negative energy attachments. Additionally, when a living being, hold on. Additionally, I'm getting ahead of myself. When a living thing is tormented into feeling extreme pain or suffering, the mind and the soul can fracture into pieces, keeping those pieces trapped in phantom pockets that are controlled by the negative energy entities. This can happen in multiple dimensions of existence and stations of identity that are connected with the conscious of spiritual energetic being. So when we say stations, little boy, grown man, big house, this, that, or, reincarnation. I'm going to keep going before I lose where I'm at. The more fragmented the being, the more disconnected and less evolved the conscious become until it sinks into the most primitive layers of existence. Now you go to the west side, they got this how it look. I got to kill to eat, you know what I'm saying? Basically, you kill me, I kill you. Fragmentation may continue after consciousness has transitioned from the body, death and resurrection. You mean tell me I go through hell, there are all these attachments to me, I die. Then I come back and here we go again. It's just how it looks. This is the primary goal of the powers that be, shadow walkers, night walkers, or whatever you call it, Richard Ramirez, them that attempt to enslave human consciousness by inflicting pain and terror when inciting the body, the physical body. So you got to think when they do the rituals, they do the pain and terror on you. You know what I'm saying? And adrenochrome is released. So you got to imagine they doing some adrenochrome on a mass scale. Because he afflicting pain and suffering everywhere. And you got to know all the families he hurt, he's really replicating himself because that affects 5 or 6, 7 or 8. Like when you watch it, the grandma say, the lady say, when grandma died, life had changed. I seen the world a different way. It wasn't the same. Just in that image, all that, you see what I'm saying, it's gone. Now you see what I'm saying? So he has attached himself to her. And she's going to attach that element to her kids unless they learn how to address it. So they keep telling the story, the attachment is going to live on. And not the story of how she died, but just tell the story of how she lived. Okay, let me keep going. All right, what was I? All right, right. Okay. They form attachments from the negative energy they consume to the fragments that make up the conscience of that person. Many of these negative entities consume negative emotional energy to enable their presence in multi-dimensional layers of the earth fields, the aura, the earth, the bubble. Because of their vibrational incompatibility with the human frequency levels, they must rely on consuming loops for their existence. That's why they use Richard Remember as they needed to exist real quick. Each time these niggas pop up with these masks, they need to see. On the west side, they did daily, 200,000 murders a day, a month, a year, you know what I'm talking about. And they wonder why niggas like got PTSD and G Herbo go make a whole thing about PTSD. You understand me? Here I go. We're gonna pray for G Herbo though. He's gonna be all right. Okay. All right, let's go. The most important lesson to comprehend is that expressions of the negative ego and hatred the intent to harm, the violent killing of other living beings, fragments consciousness, and feeds the reversals to the buildup of negative energy, emotional energy, or loot. We do not want to co-create negative emotional energy to be fed upon by these negative entities or to directly feed the inverted systems that produce loose energy for the powers that be. The more productive thing that we can do is to take steps to clear negative ego or our pain body, heal yourself, address the issue, breathe, you know what I'm saying? In 10 out 10. So that we will not be triggered by mind control programs or AI broadcasts. When we do this, we are instead capable of holding neutral or calm within the chaos. Like I said, breathe. That's why you say, what the hell you mean breathe? All you want to do is become the observer of this bullshit. All you want to do is just, stay neutral. Like I said, when you go within, the angels go out. When you go out, the angels come in. So when Richard Ramirez come around, a lot of you niggas, the angels come in. You know what I'm saying? For niggas that know, the angels go out. You already know, just like when he came in that room and shot that lady, then shot that man. And then that man jumped up. The bullet hit the man, he jumped up and chased the man with the gun. That's how, the fear, they run. They run when you chase, you know what I'm saying? You look like this. Stop running from death. Then he chooses to chase death. And then death started running. So the same thing that happened to that guy in that bed happened to me. Twice, you know what I'm saying? I ran up on a nigga with the itchy. And the other time I fought 10 niggas with the gun and turned around and chased that nigga with the gun. This is in Kentucky. And remember in the movie, he man, playing, American gods, it's happening in Kentucky. They had to get to Kentucky. But I ain't trying to get too far ahead of myself. So let me see where we was at. All right. We can practice unconditional love, peace, and harmlessness, right? You know what I'm saying? But watch how powerful that is. This helps keep the integrated and heal. This helps to integrate and heal our fragments to unify as we all neutralize any negative emotional energy in the environment. When we stop feeding energy reversals, meaning it's the opposite of positive, negative, you look on everything is negative, they are gradually taken offline. Gradually taken offline, what that mean? The feed line of the parasitic energy throughout the food chain stops, essentially starving them by denying them access to the power source. When we can hold compassionate witnessing and refuse to be triggered into negative emotional states, we are refusing to be manipulated and siphoning by the negative energy or the shadow walkers. Additionally, truly empathetic and unconditionally loving human beings may also gain spiritual power to recollect and transmit the conscious fragments of sacrificed children and traumatized people that are trapped in the earth realms. And this is an important service we can do to help. So basically, let them go. Basically, they were saying if we practice unconditional love, the pissed off ancestors, the children that's upset about not being protected, that come back, all of that ritual, remember that's crap. That the soul that's trapped into his frequency. Now, it's not them, it's his frequency that they're trapped in. All the ones he affects, all the ones that he kill, all the ones he break, they can be released. If they, all the unconditional love. And that word is taken very lightly in the American language, you know what I'm saying? Real. Yeah, unconditional love. This ain't no holding no hands. This ain't got nothing to do with no Woodstock shit. This is AKA unconditional love. Is I see God in everything. So when a Nikki kick it with me, or Richard, I see God in everything. Not saying that nigga God, but I see God in everything. Now, we're going to go to ego personality, then we're going to end this. Ego personality. When we constantly think with the house of egos, we are using negative egos, which require to consume energy from the external world. You know what I'm saying? You need to feed off the external. You need approval, external, but I go internal. So nigga say, nigga, you stay in the house all day by yourself. Nigga, what you do? I'm in internal with the angels and God. I don't need no company, you know what I'm saying? But I can't perceive people really need company. People go crazy without somebody standing in their face. Bucket, go get you a doll and sit the doll and let talk to it, because that's the same goddamn thing you're going to get from a sleep ass motherfucker sitting next in front of you. Shit, go get you a big ass dummy. Talk to it. You know what I'm saying? Just don't let nobody catch you. All right, let us say we are using the negative energy. Yeah, right. Okay, from the external world and from others that we have developed attachments. Say fucking with stupid motherfuckers all day, leave a residue of their stupidity on your floor. So when you got stupid motherfuckers in your house, make sure you mop the floor. This is called consumptive modeling or the imposter spirit and their related forces. Observer point. Now I want y'all to pay attention to this, and we're gonna close it. The witnesses of the observer has no judgment. It allows observation of external events without needing to control the outcome. Let it do what it do. Don't got nothing to do with you. By maintaining neutral, one can release attachments. Once a state of observation without judgment are easily held in one's conscious. Now, this ain't easy to do. That's why they said once it's easy to held in one's conscious, the being will choose to continue evolution through the choices it makes in accordance with the law of compassion. God, body, unconditional love, be in this world but not of this world. Either one develops the higher mental bodies, which are functions of the higher intelligence of the soul, and the Modak bodies, or sensitizes these mental intelligence through their opening and loving hearts, compassionate practices open, closed heart chakras, and is complex. Higher knowledge without practicing compassionate or being the observer produces a Luciferian entity. So these are niggas who got knowledge with no heart. You know what I'm saying? They want to control. They want to be, that type of shit. The Luciferian, the one with all the greed. You know what the hell I'm talking about. They ain't talking about degrees in school, but when they do them, the blue blood white man. We gonna just keep it there, czar. Them niggas. You know what I'm saying? Without compassion, that being cannot develop any further in consciousness and will expand horizontally rather than vertically. Go. Bishop Ramirez was spreading, not going up. He was going side to side. I'm gonna let that soak in on y'all. You know what I'm saying? This is quite problematic, and I'm gonna give you a brief synopsis of what I'm trying to tell you. The shit I'm talking about sound gazing. It sound like it's way out. But if you follow me long enough, you'll find your way back in. Smack the shit out the gin. Anybody that listening to me, just know if you hold my hand just long, you're gonna see. And all you got to do with the tears that you see, breathe in, breathe out, stay neutral. Remember the observer point, stay at that point in this world, not others world. Always remember that in this world, not others world. So I knock the shit out this nigga. Well, I'm gonna go after I knock the shit out this nigga. Well, I'm gonna be after I knock the shit out this nigga. Do I want to eat cereal tonight, or do I want a cold ass burger? Like I said, it's problematic, and I'm out.